What if I told you that having no friends could be your greatest advantage? That the people who seem alone are often the strongest, wisest, and most unstoppable. In this video, you'll discover 10 powerful truths about why solitude can make you stronger, sharper, and more in control of your life, all inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers. Number 1. You refuse to settle for mediocrity. Seneca once said, "Hang out with people who are likely to make you better." He knew that the people we spend time with have a direct effect on our character. If the people you spend time with are lazy, aimless, and self-indulgent, you could end up being like them, no matter how strong your will is. The human mind is easily influenced, and mediocrity spreads quickly, like fire in dry grass. It eats away at you without you even realizing it, until you realize you're not living up to your potential. So, if you don't have friends, it might not be because you can't make friends. It can be because you don't want to settle for less than the best. You don't feel like you need to be around people that drain you instead of sharpen you anymore. There are a lot of people in the world who are okay with staying the same, never questioning their ideas, and wasting their time on distractions. If you sit with them, you are quietly agreeing to adopt their habits. Marcus Aurelius said this when he said, "The things you think about shape your mind. Your ideas change the color of your soul." Now take that logic a step further. The individuals you let into your life shape the thoughts that take over your head. If the people you talk to are often gossiping, being envious, and being small-minded, your soul will start to look like theirs. If they are lazy, greedy, or scared, their behavior will affect you, slowly changing your character in a way that makes you weaker. That's why the Stoics taught people to be careful when picking friends. Epictetus said, "If you want to get better, be okay with being seen as foolish and stupid when it comes to outside things." In other words, if people think you're lonely or strange because you don't fit in, that's okay. It's better to go alone with integrity than to be with companions who quietly ruin your spirit. It might be expensive to refuse to be average. It could suggest that your phone is quiet more often. It implies you might spend nights alone instead of in rooms full of laughter. People might think you're cold, aloof, or hard to deal with. But this is the same road that great thinkers, soldiers, and leaders have taken throughout history. They knew that making progress means giving up something, and one of the hardest things to give up is being comfortable with regular people. If you were training to be a soldier, would you practice with people who don't follow the rules, who make fun of endurance, and who make fun of resilience? Or would you rather practice with people who challenge you to go further than you thought possible, test your strength, and sharpen your blade? Friendship should work the same way. It should be a place where things are tested, not a place where they are born. It should start a fire, not put it out. So not having friends doesn't always mean you're empty. It might mean you have high standards. You have decided to save your energy instead of wasting it. You opted to protect your ideals instead of watering them down. And by doing this, you make sure that when real friendship comes into your life, it will be based on respect, growth, and strength between you. It's not a failure to walk alone. It's a sign of someone that won't be happy with anything less than what they can become. And in that solitude, you are making something more important than being popular. You are making character. Number 2, you value your time too much. Marcus Aurelius told himself, "Don't waste the rest of your life thinking about other people if you don't have a reason to." He knew that we can't get back time. Once you spend it, it's gone for good. And yet, many give it away without thinking, to meaningless conversations, shallow duties, and individuals who don't really care about them. If you don't have any friends, it's likely because you've come to the conclusion that your time is too valuable to waste on things that don't matter. If we're being honest, most friendships are based on nothing more than habit and ease. They are mostly about gossip, complaints, and fun. They don't often challenge you to be disciplined, wise, or in charge of yourself. And that's why you chose differently. You decide to protect your time like gold. Seneca was very strict about protecting time. In his article on the shortness of life, he stated, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." He saw that individuals are careful with their money, treating each cent as if it were sacred, but they don't think twice about giving away their time. They will let anyone bother, divert, or take up their time, even though their time is worth more than any amount of money. Not having friends that waste your time is not a loss. It is a gain. Think about how most people talk to each other. A message comes in, telling you to go out, not for anything important, but to speak about nothing, drink cocktails that make you feel dumb, and have talks that go on and on and on. You spend hours away from home, and when you get back, you're not stronger, wiser, or closer to your goal. You gave up a part of your life for nothing. How many times does this have to happen before you realize that you're being stolen from? Epictetus told his students not to spend too much time with those who weren't disciplined. He added, "If you spend time with people like that, you will inevitably pick up their bad habits." He said it was like going into a room that was full of smoke. No matter how short your stay, you can't help but smell it. It's the same with spending time with those who waste their time. So, not having friends could signify that you have broken away from this pattern. You don't think of being alone as a problem anymore. You think of it as freedom. You may now spend every moment that isn't spent with shallow people on your craft, your physique, your intellect, and your purpose. You can read, study, build, and grow without stopping. You can choose to be quiet instead of loud, and to be disciplined instead of distracted. Of course, this isn't an easy choice. People might call you arrogant, antisocial, or think you are better than everyone else, but the truth is easier. You know how much your time is worth, and you don't want to sell them for cheap. You don't mind being alone since you know how to handle it. Not having friends is not a hole. It is space that has been taken back. It is the quiet time when people read books, learn new things, and make plans. It is the basis for a future that is not shaped by what other people want, but by the strength of your own decisions. And when that time comes, you won't look back with regret, but with the peaceful contentment of someone who lived on purpose and didn't waste the gift that could never be returned. Number 3, you're building inner strength. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not in charge of himself." These words get to the heart of what being alone really teaches. When the noise of your friends goes away and you are left with only yourself, you have to answer the most important question. Can you handle your own weight? Can you get up in the morning without someone telling you to? Can you handle suffering, disappointment, or bad times without relying on someone else's words to soothe you? At first, not having friends may appear like a weakness, but really it's a furnace. It makes you make yourself stronger. You learn to face your worries head on without needing continual reassurance or anything to keep you busy. When you panic, you learn how to calm your breathing. When your thoughts get out of control, you learn how to control them. And when your heart hurts, you learn how to comfort it. To put it simply, you learn how to be your own anchor. Seneca often told his audience that hard times are not bad, rather they are a chance to learn. He said, "Difficulties make the mind stronger, just like work makes the body stronger." Without friends, you have to deal with problems on your own, which is terrible, but makes you stronger. Every problem is a chance to learn. Every challenge you face alone shows that you are strong and won't give up quickly. You grow the calm strength that others wish they had, but don't always understand. Marcus Aurelius lived this principle to the fullest. He was the most powerful person in Rome, but he often felt very alone. He couldn't trust many people because he was surrounded by those who wanted to take advantage of him. And so he wrote in his meditations to himself, which helped him think more clearly. You have control over your mind, not things that happen outside of it. If you understand this, you will discover strength. He didn't